All right, let's dive right in. What you're about to hear is one of the most incredible stories of intellectual evolution ever put to paper. It's the story of the Veda, a journey that literally starts with building gods out of fire altars and ends with discovering the entire cosmos inside your own mind.
Okay, so let's kick this off with a big question. What if a sacred text wasn't just some static set of rules handed down from on high? What if it actually recorded its own transformation? I mean, what if it started as a step-by-step manual for the most complex physical rituals you can imagine and ended by saying, you know what, all that stuff, it's really just a symbol for what's happening inside your own consciousness?
Well, a text like that actually exists, and the answer to that question is the amazing story of the Śukla Yajurveda. Now, Śukla literally means white or bright, and you're about to see why that name is so perfect.
To really get the White Veda, you first have to know about its counterpart, the Krishna or Black Veda. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. The Black Veda is kind of an annotated textbook. You know, the main verses and the teacher's commentary are all jumbled together. But the White Veda, that's the clean textbook. It's been meticulously organized. You've got the ritual formulas over here and the explanations way over there. It's clear, methodical, and just really well arranged.
And this clean textbook has a fantastic origin story. It was founded by this legendary sage Yajurveda. The story goes that after a falling out, he basically rejected the old mixed-up Veda. So what does he do? He worships the sun god, asking for new knowledge. And the sun appears, but in the form of a horse, a Vaja, and reveals a fresh, pure Veda. And this new, clean text became known as the Vājasaneyi Samhitā.
And this is where it gets really brilliant, because the text's own structure is completely intentional. It's not just a book of instructions, it's a map. For the first 39 chapters, it is all about ritual action, or karma. It gives you the mantras, the scripts for the great sacrifices, all designed to purify your mind through disciplined action. But then, you hit chapter 40, the grand finale, and it's the Aśvamedha Upaniṣad, a total masterpiece of philosophy. The text itself walks you from action to the ultimate goal, liberating knowledge, or jhana.
But remember, that first part was just the what. To get the why, we need to turn to its massive companion volume, the Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa, the Brahmana of 100 paths. Think of this as the encyclopedia. It's the professor's notes that explain the deep theology, the myths, the cosmic symbolism behind every single action you just read about in the first book.
And when I say cosmic, I really mean it. We're not talking about simple prayers here. The Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa is a blueprint for rituals on a mind-bending scale. And the first and biggest one, it's a ritual to literally rebuild the dismembered body of God.
This is the Agnicayana, the piling of the great fire altar. The myth behind it is that the creator god, Prajapati, was basically scattered and fell apart through the very act of creating the universe. So the ritual is the literal physical reconstruction of his body, using thousands of specially consecrated bricks. But the key is the theology. The altar is the cosmos. So by building it, layer by layer, the person doing the sacrifice isn't just putting the universe back together. They're building an immortal body for themselves in the process.
Okay, so if rebuilding the body of God is about establishing cosmic order, the next big ritual is about using that order to establish political power on Earth. This is the Aśvamedha, the famous horse sacrifice, the ultimate right of sovereignty.
Now, this might seem incredibly ancient and strange, but its function is surprisingly modern. Just look at this parallel. The Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa is the official manual for the Aśvamedha, right? Well, that's just like the Liber Regalis, or the Royal Book, which is the manual for the British coronation. They're both step-by-step procedural guides from major state ritual. And they both do the exact same thing, legitimize a ruler by linking them directly to divine power through the correct performance of a ceremony.
Okay, so we've been looking at these massive, external, world-defining rituals, but this is where the entire system takes its most profound turn. This is the great pivot, inward, where we see how action transforms into understanding.
Because the final book of this enormous encyclopedia of ritual isn't about ritual at all. It's the Bṛhadāraṇyaka Upaniṣad, which is, without a doubt, one of the oldest, deepest, and most important philosophical texts in human history.
And here is the beautiful, perfect symmetry of it all. The central teacher in this ultimate philosophy is none other than Yajurveda himself. The same man who received the ritual Veda from the sun god is now the one explaining its highest, deepest meaning.
The master ritualist has become the ultimate philosopher.
So, what does this new philosophy do with that ultimate external ritual, the Aśvamedha? Does it just get thrown out? Nope, not at all. It does something way more radical. It absorbs it and completely transforms it.
It turns the whole thing inward. The Upanishad starts by reimagining the sacrificial horse, not as a physical animal, but as a metaphor for the entire universe. It becomes a cosmic meditation. The dawn is its head, the sun its eye, the wind its breath. The sacrifice is no longer something you do out in a field. It's something you realize inside your own consciousness.
And this is the crucial point. This is the moment the tradition basically announces its own upgrade. The text itself says that understanding the deep symbolism of the sacrifice is now a higher path than just physically performing it. The journey from action, karma, to knowledge, jnana, is finally complete.
So, let's just quickly bring it all together. The Śukla Yajurveda is this complete two-part system. You've got the Vājasaneyi Samhitā, which is the what, the clean, clear script for these cosmic rituals. Then you have the Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa, the why, the encyclopedia that unpacks all their meaning. But the most profound thing is that this entire body of literature is a perfect record of its own evolution, charting this amazing course from external action to internal meditative understanding.
And that leaves us with a truly powerful final thought. This might just be the only scripture in the world that begins by giving you a detailed architectural blueprint for how to build a god, brick by painstaking brick, and ends by teaching you that you yourself are the ultimate reality it was pointing to all along.